So whenever you need to sell your game development services at any platform, you are going to need to create some kind of thumbnail or image in order to sell it properly. And setting these things up can actually take up a lot of time if you don't have the corresponding workflow. So for example, here this is my Fiverr account, okay, in which I've been selling my game development services for a long time. Unfortunately, whenever I want to optimize my gigs images, when I want to create new gigs to test them out or whatever, I already have a workflow, okay? And this really saves me a lot of time, and we already know that time is money. So I really want to share some pretty good advice for you, in order to save a lot of time and potentially earn more money. So first of all, what you have to do is to look for some kind of standard format or for a template that you know that is currently working. And how exactly you know this? Well, you have to go to Fiverr, LinkedIn, or wherever you know that people are selling stuff. I am using this specifically on Fiverr, but there are kind of similar platforms in where you can actually take advantage of these images. You can also post these images on your LinkedIn profile and say, hey, I'm selling game development services or wherever. Or this also applies, for example, if you post content on YouTube, well, this is also going to be useful, okay? So if you look for any kinds of service over here, for example, game developer, or game development is the same, you can start to see some kinds of images that people tend to use. What I recommend you do is that take a look at the ones that are selling quite well or the ones that you find that are useful. Some people here you find, okay, yes, here they have no thumbnails and they are selling like a lot or they are top rated sellers. This could happen, okay, but you can optimize them much more. So basically, imagine if you were able to create a thumbnail much better than these ones. Probably you're going to be getting much more clients than these people, or well, maybe not more clients than these people because they already have a profile with dozens of reviews, but you will be able to get interesting number of reviews. For example, take a look at this pretty simple thumbnail of this guy over here with over 300 reviews, okay? It's pretty simple, minimalistic, but it still showcases what he does. So you can take this as an example. Right now, I am not getting lucky in the thumbnails that I get over here, but you do get the idea. Find any of the thumbnails that you see that are working fine, that people are actually paying attention to, or just innovate on your own and think of pretty good thumbnails, okay, that you find that will probably work and start testing them right away. So what I do here, I'm using Photoshop, but there is a free version in the web that is called Photopea, okay? So basically photo and PEA, basically, so quite simple. And what I have here is two folders, okay? And firstly, I'm going to be paying attention to the main one. So first of all, I am selling services in two main areas, okay? Right now, I have not posted the gigs on content creation, but I will soon. So I will also focus just on game development. And I basically have here some folders. I have a base, okay, which well has, for example, in the background, okay, I put 3 games that I created myself, once again to showcase what I've actually done. And it's quite simple. I just have a photo of myself. This really helps you kind of build a connection with the client, okay, because sometimes here they don't even have a thumbnail. So if you even create a thumbnail with your own face, here this is not YouTube. Here you're going to work in one-on-one sessions, let's say, or one-on-one projects with a real person. So you must create a personal connection with them, and a pretty good way of doing this is to create a pretty simple minimalistic photo. It doesn't have to be kind of perfect or professional. So just a title for the service that you are selling, a photo of yourself can also help a lot. And just I like to write 2 or 3 lines on what I do, or not what I do, but on some of the achievements that I got. So for example, worked at top companies and created more than 100 games. And by the way, connected with this, you can say, oh yeah, but this doesn't say a lot. That's right, but that's why in the second and third images of the gigs, I actually demonstrate this. So once again, I have this for content creation and game development, but for example, let's take it for well, this is all the same for everything, so it doesn't really matter. But for example, that logo actually had to do had to be over here. For the second photo, what I have is over here: work with the game developer with experience at top companies. And I showcase over here I have worked at Voodoo, which has lots of downloads, lots of monthly active users, and these are the 3 games that are created for them. And in the third image, once again, I'd say the same: work with a game developer with experience at top companies. I worked at Zelda with more than 1 million learners, and I created all this number of games just for them. Well, not these types of games specifically. Like, the focus is not in the games here, but in the fact that I taught the game developer in a top company. But also you can see here how I created like a massive number of games. So we're basically validating the two main points here, that I work at top companies because I work at Zemba with more than 1 million learners, and with Voodoo, a studio with more than 7 billion downloads, and I created lots of games. I created here over 17 games just for this type of job specifically, and also for example 3 games which are much bigger for Zemba. So the two main points that differentiate me from other candidates have been shown over here. So what I do with this kind of templates, that I just duplicate these things and just modify some stuff. So once again, for game development, I have this base, but also I am also selling game development lessons, and the only things that I change are the title, okay? And also by the way, here at the end I have basically a call to action, order now, quite simple. So here for game development lessons, everything is the same. Game dev lessons, work at top companies, created 100 games, that's okay. Unity prototype development. As you can see, the only thing that changes is maybe the position of some of these text, the sizes of the text also, but they are just a small improvements. Here also, for example, here as I wanted to put this in blue because Godot is blue, well, I just also modify it a little bit, because if not here, Godot game development, this will be, if we take a look at the base, this is blue, so I didn't want to put Godot game development and these two in blue. I want them to be easily able to be differentiated, so that's why I changed it. But once again, the base is the exact same one. And then for content creation, well, the logic is the exact same one. So basically, let me collapse this, and I once again have one for short form. In this case, I didn't have like a base, but they do have quite lots of things in similar. This is for short form creation. Once again, proven results and expertise, gain 10 million plus views. Once again, everything is going to be demonstrated. For example, you can right away see this because I have gained more than 10,000 subscribers. Even here on this other folder, I have content creation. So I have here in the second photo, I have available services for any social media, so all the services. And in the third one, well, work with the content created with proven results across different platforms and content types. So I have YouTube and Shorts in my own channel, Zemba's channel, in Instagram, Reels and TikTok, in Aoni, for example, once again with the number of views, here once again with the number of views, subscribers, followers, everything proven, okay, that's the key. And these are just a few of them. And for the, well, I already showed you the second and third, so that's it. And also here, just for you to know, for example, YouTube consultant, once again, you can see the base is quite similar. And lastly, social media marketing services. So this is basically the strategy that I've used to create these kind of images quite easily. It was something that I created maybe in 2-3 hours. Of course, I do have like previous experience using this kind of editing software, so creating all this was much easier than a person that had never done this, but it is still something that you can really take advantage of. And in the long term, trust me, this is going to be super worth it. And also trust me, because it had happened to me that these thumbnails actually convert into clients, okay? Because, I don't know, convert this thumbnail of game development, okay? I don't know, this one, okay, to any of the things that you find here on Fiverr, for example. In which thumbnail would you click? On any of these ones or in this one? Probably on this one. So well, I hope that this has been helpful. If so, please consider subscribing to the channel and see you in the next one.